What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you a brand new video. And today I finally have another boot review for you. Don't worry, I'm still doing them. Let's get into this very special release. Alright guys, so before we begin, be sure to check out those first links down below for any sort of merch or anything like that. Please be sure to support the channel. Thank you guys for stopping by as always. Today I finally have another boot review for you. Yes, it's been a while, but I have not stopped doing them. This is a special edition release. I have the Adidas F50 in the brand new Champions League special edition release. So let's get to the unboxing. It is a limited edition special edition collection, so you get this fancy sleeve. You can slide that out, the paperwork falls out, and you get this very special official logo Champions League box in the colors and design of the Champions League. Let's slide this drawer style box open. You can see the boots inside. Let's get them out. Boot number 1 and boot number 2. There are no extras in the box, you just get the boots themselves. This is basically a remake of the F50 Adizero, the Prime model. On the second generation Adizeros that dropped in 2011, I believe, there were 3 top tier versions of it. You had the standard synthetic model, you had the Prime synthetic model, which was a little bit lighter and a little bit thinner of an upper. You could tell the difference between the Prime and the standard synthetic models because the Prime had a very fancy finish strip going around the sole plate, just on the lower portion of the upper right here where this blue line is. And the Prime again was just a little bit lighter and a little bit thinner. And then of course the third and final version were the leather upper versions of the F50, and in my opinion I had a pair of those. The leather version was definitely the way to go. It was just the forefoot area that was leather. The back 2/3 of the boot were still synthetic. They're the ones that Messi wore. They were the ones that the majority of top tier players did wear. I think most people opted for the leather. There were a few people like Dani Alves at the time that was wearing the Prime version of the F50 because he wanted the lightest and thinnest model on offer. So that's kind of a little bit of what this boot is representing. It's kind of where this boot comes from. It is the same sprint skin synthetic upper that we got on the 2011 version. It's a very thin upper. It does have a kind of plasticky feel, and it was like that back in 2011 as well. That's why I went for the leather version. I find the synthetic one just felt a little too plasticky for my liking. The leather was a little bit softer, a little bit more premium, and I just preferred that feeling on the ball. But you do get this thin sprint skin upper. There's a little bit of texture, not very much to be honest, but there's just a little bit of texture on the upper itself. And of course you have the speed frame sole plate down below with the external heel counter and the Carbitex insert. That is the modern same sole plate that they're using on today's X Ghosted and X Speed Flow. All those models get the same speed frame outsole. I'm not the biggest fan of the stud pattern, but I do like the way that this particular stud pattern looks. Overall, I'm a fan of the colorway. I think the silver, that sort of darkish purplish blue color, and the pink purple color really does help pull the boot together. Champions League colors, you really can't go wrong. And the fact that this is dropped again, this Adizero F50 Prime has dropped again. I think a lot of people that wore that boot 10 years ago really were fans of it. So the fact that we get this Adizero upper once again really brings back that nostalgic feeling and the really cool upper that we got back when this boot really took off that lightness speed boot generation. It was kind of the beginning of a whole new era in terms of football boots, and it's really cool to see it back once again. Again, the upper in my opinion is just a touch plasticky, but overall it's a really thin upper, still a very good speed boot, and it's a really cool idea to bring it back 10 years later. So let's slip them on feet so we can talk about fit and feel, and let's head over to the turf. So guys, there's your first look at the Adidas F50 Adizero on feet in this special remake of the UCL collection colorway. I'm a huge fan of the way the boot looks. I absolutely love the way the boot looks. I love the sole plate that it sits on, but putting the boot on for the first time, it does kind of bring me back to 2011 in the way that it fits. It's just a little stiff from right out of the box. Even though that upper is very thin, it has that kind of rigid plastic feel to it. It's just the way the synthetic uppers were back in 2011 before they became even softer like we see in today's uppers. So you do get that feeling of it being just a little bit stiffer. It's a little bit rough around the edges, if you will. It'll take a while to break in. It's still super thin and super light, and it does take wide feet quite well. I like that you have this traditional tongue. Very easy to lace it up, and it fits really well in terms of fitting a wide foot. It's just a little bit firm from right out of the box, a little bit stiff from right out of the box, and you definitely can tell that the upper is an older generation synthetic where it'll take some time to break in, and it will never be as soft as you'll get from a 2021 upper or a leather upper. It's just the way it is. So in that regard, it's not as good as today's Speedflow in terms of the softness and the flexibility of the upper. I'm going to say that right away. But for those that wore these boots back in 2011, for those that loved the new generation of lightness, the new generation of speed boot, and again, for those that absolutely love the Adizero, it's really cool to see that this is on offer once again in 2021. In terms of fit and feel, you can go true to size. There's absolutely no doubt about that. As I said, because of the standard tongue, it's not this one-piece upper. Wide-footed people will have a much easier time getting your foot in. It's a relatively wide-fitting speed boot. So if you're interested in a pair for yourself, go true to size. They'll fit wide-footed people. They'll fit average-footed people, so they're a very, very good fitting boot. Just know that the upper will feel a little bit stiffer than you're probably expecting if you've only worn new synthetic speed boots. I'm putting that out there. So let's send it back to the desk so we can wrap the video up. So guys, there you have it. There's my review of the brand new F50 Adizero in the special edition UCL colorway. It is a fantastic thing to see this boot back. I'm really a big fan of it. I love these classic F50 Adizero graphics. In my opinion, the second generation one, this one that dropped in 2011, was the best looking in terms of the upper, in terms of the graphics. I love the way this boot looked in this silver, blue, pink color. It really does pull it together. I'm a huge fan to see it back. If you're interested in a pair for yourself, go grab them because they're not going to last. And again, they just give you this kind of, you know, 2010, 2011 feeling speed boot, and it's really, really cool to see it back. Again, in terms of fit, in all honesty, the modern ones fit better, they feel better, but this is the kind of beginning of these ultra lightweight speed boots. So that's my review of the F50 Adizero in the special UCL collection colorway. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. Please leave a like on the video. It always helps me out. And last but not least, please hit that subscribe button. I'm Mike McIntyre signing off for now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.